Good morning. Topic 1 for today is, again, solving equations. This time we have an equation. Notice we have variables on both sides of the equal sign this time. So far, all of the problems we've done, one-step equations, two-step equations, multi-step equations, all of the variables have been on the same side of the equal sign. This time I've got a variable, I've got d on the left side of my equal sign and on the right side of my equal sign. So go ahead, write down the topic up here at the top, equations with variables on both sides. We are going to solve our equation and check our solution. And problem number 1 says negative 6d is equal to d plus 14. Negative 6d equals d plus 14. As always, I'm going to draw my line straight down through my equal sign here so that I'm sure to keep each side separate. Notice this time, because this d is on this side and this d is on this side of the equal sign, even though they're like terms, they're not on the same side of the equal sign, so I cannot combine them. So what we want to do when I have variables on both sides of my equal sign, I want to move all of my variables over to the same side so that I can combine them. So I want to get rid of all of my d's on this right side of my equal sign. And I can do that by subtracting 1d from this side right here. If I subtract d from the right side of the equal sign, I need to subtract d from the left side as well. So I have 14, my equal sign comes down. Negative 6d minus 1d. We've been working on combining adding and subtracting integers all week. Negative 6 minus 1, they're both negative, so I'm going to add 6 plus 1 is 7. Negative 7d's. And now I've got a one-step equation. Negative 7d equals 14. Negative 7 times d, so I cancel out multiplication by dividing both sides by negative 7. And I get d equals negative 2. It tells us to check our solution as well. So before we circle our answer and move on to the next one, we want to check. So negative 6 times negative 2, negative times negative, that's positive 12, equals d, negative 2, plus 14. Negative 2 plus 14, one's positive, one's negative, so I subtract. 14 minus 2 does give me 12. Bigger numbers positive, positive 12. Yep, it does check. Problem number 2 says 2 times the quantity c minus 6 equals 9c plus 2. 2 times the quantity c minus 6 equals 9c plus 2. First thing we need to do is I've got 2 times a parenthesis, 2 times quantity. I need to distribute 2 times c and 2 times negative 6. Positive times negative is minus. 2 times 6 is 12. Notice I don't have any like terms to combine on this left side. I just have c and 12. Here I've got 9c and 2, no like terms on this side. Even though this and this are like terms and the 12 and 2 are like terms, they're on different sides, so I cannot combine them. I have c's on both sides of my equal sign. I'm going to move it so I have them all on the same side. And it doesn't matter which way you move them. I'm going to get rid of this 2c, but you could also get rid of the 9c. Either way works. I'm going to get rid of the 2c, so I can get rid of the 2c by subtracting 2c. And notice 2c minus 2c is going to cancel out. That's going to go away. But if I subtract 2c on the left side, I also need to subtract 2c on the right side of my equation. Don't forget about your minus sign. Bring your minus sign down. Negative 12 equals, I have like terms here. I can combine those. 9c minus 2c, that's 7c. And now I have a two-step equation. 7 times c plus 2. Subtract 2 from both sides. I get 7c equals negative 12 minus 2. I'm combining them. They're both negative. I want to do 12 plus 2 and make it negative. Divide both sides by 7. And we get c equals negative 2. Question number 3 says m minus 5 equals 3m. m minus 5 equals 3m. I want you to think about what we should do on this problem. Whoops. M minus 5 equals 3m. My m's are on different sides. I need to put them on the same side. I'm going to do that by subtracting m. Negative 5 equals 3m minus 1m. I'm combining like terms. 3 minus 1. I have 2 m's. Divide both sides by 2. And I get m equals negative 5 over 2. 5 divided by 2. It doesn't come out even. 5 and 2 have no common factors other than 1. I can't divide them both by the same thing. So that is our answer, negative 5 over 2. Again, don't try to divide it out and get a decimal, especially since you're not supposed to be using a calculator. We wouldn't want to have to do that without a calculator. You don't need to write it as a mixed number. An improper fraction, 5 over 2 is perfect there. Number 4, 2x plus 1 equals negative 5x minus 6. 2x plus 1 equals negative 5x minus 6. I'm going to go ahead and draw my vertical line here down, straight down through my equal sign. I don't have any like terms on the same side. This side has no like terms. This side has no like terms. I don't need to distribute. So I am ready to move all my x's over to the same side. I can do that by adding 5x to both sides. Negative 5x, I need to cancel that out. I add 5x. These cancel. Negative 6. Don't forget your minus sign. Bring that minus sign down. 2x plus 5x is 7x. And I've got this plus 1 right here. Think about what's happening to x. X, we are multiplying by 7 and then adding 1. So I need to undo those steps. I need to undo the plus 1. I undo addition by subtracting 1. Negative 6 minus 1. I've got 7 times x. I undo multiplication by dividing. Seven divided by 7 is 1. Negative divided by positive. X equals negative 1. Number 5 looks like this. Goodness, look at that guy. Says negative 6n minus 20 equals negative 2n plus 4 times the quantity 1 minus 3n. Negative 6n minus 20 equals negative 2n plus 4 times the quantity 1 minus 3n. A lot going on this problem. If you can do this problem, you are doing very well with solving equations. This one kind of combines a lot of the things we've done. The first thing I would notice is I've got a number times a quantity. When that's the case, we want to use the distributive property. So I can do 4 times 1. So I'm going to rewrite everything else. So I've got my equal sign. I've got negative 2n. I've got this side I didn't do anything to. I'm distributing here. 4 times 1 is 4. Positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 3n. Positive times negative is negative. 4 times 3n is 12n. Next thing we should notice is that on this side over here, I have like terms. Negative 2n and minus 12n. Those are like terms. I can combine them. Negative 2n minus 12n. They're both negative, and I'm combining them up. So I'm going to do 2 plus 12 is 14n. And they were both negative, so it is negative 14n. And I've got this plus 4 right here. Just brought this plus 4 straight down. My equal sign comes down, and I didn't do anything at all on this side. I don't have any like terms over here. I no longer have any like terms over here. I have variables. I have n's on both sides of my equation. So now is where I want to move them all over to the same side. I am going to add 14n to both sides. I've got negative 14n. I want to get rid of that so that it's over on this side. I can add 14n right here. I need to do the same thing over here. These cancel. Equal sign comes down. I've just got positive 4. That's all that's left over here. Negative 6n plus 14n. I'm combining. I'm not multiplying or dividing. I'm combining them. One's positive, one's negative. When the signs are opposite, I subtract 14 minus 6. And the bigger number was the 14. That was positive, so this needs to be positive 8n minus 20. And now we are down to a two-step equation. I've got 8n minus 20. I need to undo this subtraction first. I can add 20 to both sides. (8n equals 24, and divide both sides by 8. N equals 3 is correct. Good work. Hopefully you took good notes there. If you're having questions about any of this material, if you're struggling with the practice problems on IXL, please reach out.